to get done before I go and feed the animals, because obviously it's a little bit too early to be feeding them. So I did just go outside because I heard Vanna going crazy, so I decided to go check on her, figure out what was going on. It was nothing serious. It was just a squirrel. So that's why my hair looks like it's frozen up already, because it's hot. It is very, very hot. So anyhow, so I wanted to, well, I'm just gonna leave my watch off because my band got that. So I wanted to go ahead and mention, while it's on my mind, that we found out something new about the GoPro. Now, mainly me, I am a slow person. I am slow. I'm pretty sure that anybody who has bought this particular GoPro already knew this before they bought it. If they didn't, they found out very quickly after they bought it and figured out that this was a thing. So all of our doctors, for the most part, are virtual. All of our, not our doctors are virtual, but like we can have virtual appointments with pretty much all of the doctors that we have. Now, the kids' pediatrician, the one that they've been using, does not offer it, but the end of May is Elena's first appointment with one of Legacy's pediatricians. In June, I have my first appointment with a Legacy doctor as well as sometime in September or close to September, after Caleb turns 5. Caleb will also be having his first doctor's appointment with a Legacy pediatrician. Now, that means is that Caleb's therapist, Caleb's psychiatrist, Caleb and Elena's pediatrician, as well as my doctor, my OBGYN, will all be part of Legacy. Which means is that since Legacy offers virtual appointments, if something was to ever happen and I had to get in touch with them, I could always do it virtual. Now, not everything can be done virtual. That I do know, that I understand. But if it's something minor that I don't really want to drive 45 minutes to the doctor, if it's something that can be done, like if I just have a question, then, whatever. So, that way, just for in cases if I have to, I have that option to do virtual appointments if so need be. So, but until us three start having our actual doctor's appointments with them, it's just going to be the therapist and the psychiatrist that we have the virtual appointments with. And they have an app that you use that you can look at everybody's like medical chart, look at everything that the doctors, all the notes and stuff that the doctors have written. As well as you can use that app to do the virtual appointments. And, of course, I have it on my phone. I use my phone. The only thing that I've noticed is that when I use this app and when I do these virtual appointments, I don't know why, but it drains my battery. My battery can be on 100%. Like, it's full. 100%. And even with like my battery saver mode on, once I do 30 minutes of a virtual appointment, my battery is like drained. It's like at like 50 or below. Like it drains my battery. And there's nothing wrong with my battery. There's nothing wrong with my phone, because I can do the same exact thing with appointments with As You Are, and it doesn't, my battery doesn't do that. There is something about, I'm guessing, something with this app, it just tends to drain your battery more, which is fine. It's fine, because I mean, I'm at home, I have chargers. I had the idea, and I told Align that I would like to get like a webcam and set up on the computer. That way, Caleb can sit there, and if it's one of those things to where like Dr. S, the therapist, wants to talk to him and like just him, I can take Elena into the other room while they have their time. Or if somebody tries calling me and I have to answer it, like if it's work or if it's my grams, and you know, if I have to answer it, like it is a almost life and death type of situation, and I have to call, like I have to answer it, then I have the option to answer it without interrupting any of Caleb's appointments. Now, I did not realize this until yesterday when we had our appointment with Dr. S, is I had a couple of phone calls, as well as my alarm for Caleb's afternoon or lunchtime medication went off while we were having the appointment with her. And like it would come through, and I of course would send it off because they were nothing but scam calls. But then she kept telling me, like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't see you. And so she's like, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, I need you to exit out of the app and just start it all back up. Kind of find out, anytime you get any type of interruption, it messes with the audio and the visual part of it. So the only way to fix it is to exit out of the whole entire call and start all over. I had to do that 4 times yesterday, and it was quite annoying. So, and which me and Align had already talked about it and everything, but because he had looked into it and figured out that our GoPro can be used as a webcam. We downloaded the app, we got it all set up, and we had some issues with getting it to work. Found out we were dumb and we didn't know what the heck we were doing, and you know. So anyhow, we figured out what was going on, and we fixed it. So the only thing is the fact of, if Caleb goes to do it, he does have to wear headphones, because from what I could read, now we haven't actually physically tried it out yet, because we don't have anybody to do it with, to try it out to see if there is audio. Caleb will have to wear headphones, because from what I was reading on the GoPro website is the fact of that there is no audio, and you can't record while you're doing the webcam or using GoPro as a webcam. So, but yet Align was watching a video where a guy said that you could. So I'm not exactly sure. It's going to be one of those things that we're just going to have to try it. So we have everything set up on the computer. I've already logged into everything. Everything is on the computer. That way, whenever we have our next appointment, we will be able to. And actually, our next appointment will actually be the end of this week, which I will not be using it for that, for the fact of that is when excuse me, that is when As You Are, Dr. A will be calling, and talking to me, and considering that Elena's home as well as the kids, and because of what time she will be calling, it's probably going to be pretty hectic because of Elena being home, because when daddy's home, kids go crazy. And Elena is kind of stuck up his butt. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just he hardly ever gets to take time off to spend with us. And normally when he is home, we're still normally just going. And so we don't really have a lot of time to just sit down with him. And so Elena tends to gravitate toward her daddy, and she just wants to sit in his lap. So it's going to be pretty hectic, so I'm not even going to worry about doing it. I'm just going to use my phone for that. That way, if I have to, I can always go outside to have quiet, to talk to her so she can talk to me about the results of the virtual test that she did with Caleb. After that, the next appointment will be with Dr. S, and I will be trying to use the webcam. The only thing is the fact of I'm still kind of iffy on how to make it work, and Elaine is not going to be at home to help me. So, yes. So, that may or may not go how I want it to. So, that is something new that's kind of happening. We figured out how to make it a webcam. If the GoPro doesn't work, and I'm sure it does because I've seen some videos of people using it as a website or as a webcam, and it seemed to work good. So I don't think that we would have any problems with it, other than the fact of I'm crazy and I end up screwing something up. Because no. I'm not really, I like technology, but then again, technology sometimes confuses me. And half the time when things are explained to me, there's a bunch of stuff going through my head, and I don't always retain it. So with the retaining it as well as having kids running around screaming at me, I normally tend to screw something up. But anyhow, so we're going to be doing that. So if you happen to have this GoPro, the black or the 12 black, and you did not know, now you know. You can use it as a webcam. Now whether or not the audio will work, I don't know. You may have to use some type of headphones or something, which is probably what we'll end up doing. So if like the microphone on the GoPro doesn't work when you're on webcam mode, then that's what we'll end up doing. So, well, I will see you next time.